Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, a home brewing kit helped start a local business that's been going strong for 13 years. We'll tell you all about it. Plus, kids get their groove on with the help of these local classes. Then the Western Museum of Flight is helping dreams of flying turn into reality. And an author's loss leads him on a journey of discovery years later. These stories and much more are just seconds away. Your local news starts right now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. Torrance's own Mohammed Johnson was honored at an event hosted by the Long Beach Rotary Club for his heroic actions nearly 2 years ago. In 2011, when Johnson awoke to a woman's scream, he rushed to investigate and found his neighbor being stabbed by her older sister. Johnson's wife called the police while he restrained the attacker. Thanks to his actions, the young neighbor survived. Johnson was honored for his act of bravery at the Los Angeles Courageous Citizen Awards. He was one of 6 LA County residents recognized by District Attorney Jackie Lacey. The mayor and city council members were back in session this week. Here's an update on the latest meeting. Bill Wright was honored upon his retirement after 35 years of service to the city of Torrance and the Metropolitan Water District Board. Wright has been at the forefront of developing some of the most important water projects in Southern California's history, including the Diamond Valley Reservoir, which doubled the region's water storage reserves. 18 students were appointed and sworn in for the 2013 to 2014 City of Torrance Youth Council. The Youth Council is comprised of high school students in Torrance who advise and make recommendations to City Council and city staff and commissions on matters of concern to our youngsters. You can catch replays of this week's council meeting right here on CitiCABLE 3 on Time Warner Cable or Verizon Fios Channel 31 every Wednesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. You can also watch online at torranceca.gov. Coming up, how can building model toys lead to a career in aviation? We'll take you to an event doing just that. And while school is out for summer, the Y is helping kids put some pep in their step at these local classes. The idea spawned from a simple home brewing kit. Now 13 years later, the Red Car Brewery is still going strong as they celebrate another anniversary. Reporter Faith Lee has the story.
Bob Brandt never imagined being where he is today until he received a home brewing kit from a classmate years ago.
I had no idea I was going to be a beer brewer. I had other plans for my life, and that little beer kit and those little tiny bubbles and the little flavor of that first beer changed my life.
After a lot of beer making for his friends at parties, Brandt decided to open a brewery right in the heart of Torrance.
We were looking for a building, and my wife drove down the street. We've lived in South Torrance for 18 years. It's the very first home we ever bought after we got married, and my wife said she saw this great old building for sale in downtown Torrance.
13 years later, the Red Car Brewery and Restaurant is now one of the most successful local businesses in downtown Torrance.
We were hoping would be successful, and at the time 13 years ago we weren't so sure, but it turns out to be hugely successful. They do a very, very good job, and a lot of people come here.
The restaurant attracts many locals and even people out of town because of their famous house-brewed beers.
I do about 8 or 9 different beers, some seasonal offerings during the year, but I do brew English-style ales. Those are the beers I like to brew and the beers that I like to drink.
The unique thing about this place is that they serve the beer directly from the serving tanks onto the taps right here, so you get your beer as fresh as it gets.
I like the IPA, and it's mainly because it's probably one of the better ones that I've tasted in California.
From what was once a historical building for sale to now a popular destination, Lori Brandt says she can still recall how this place looked like 13 years ago.
I feel like it just happened yesterday where this building was empty with pink formica, and now it's brick and there's lots of people and it's a gathering place, so it's a really I feel like it's a huge accomplishment.
For This Week in Torrance, I'm Faith Lee.
If you enjoy beer and want to support local businesses in downtown Torrance, head over to 1266 Sartori Avenue. For more information, visit redcarbrewery.com. School may be in recess, but there are plenty of ways to keep your kids entertained over the summer. Reporter Haley Skeen showcases what the YMCA has to offer.
Tap, ballet, jazz, and improv are just a few of the styles of dance that kids can take part in at the YMCA. The variety of classes offered made it easy for member Lillian Kong to find her niche.
I'm not good at dancing, but from this class I like pom-pom dance.
The classes run for 5 weeks, and at the end of the session, kids put on a recital for family and friends. The kids rocked out to 80s classics while they showed off the dance moves that they learned this summer at the YMCA. Youth Fitness Coordinator Matt Morrow says the show was a chance for kids to share their newfound talents with family and friends.
All we want them to do is just come out, have a good time, and kind of show their parents that they enjoy what they're doing with their classes.
But Kong admits she's a little nervous to go on stage.
It's easy to dance, but it's not easy to stand in front of audience.
Morrow says that planning the recital has made him a little apprehensive as well.
I'm a perfectionist, so you just want to make sure that everything is just perfect, that the show is just going to be great and everything. And so far it's going wonderful, and I can't complain.
The recital marks the end of the first round of summer dance at the Y, but member Audrey Yukovich is already looking forward to the next round of classes.
We're already set up for the next session, right?
And I'm going in this same class
And doing
itty bitty hip hop.
Morrow says the Y is able to offer so many different courses thanks to all of the volunteers who come and teach.
If you're a teen or college-age kid in the area and you want to come help out and volunteer with us, there's many ways to be a part of our programs.
Another session of performing arts classes will begin at the end of September, and anyone ages 2 to 12 can come join in on the fun. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Haley Skeen.
Thanks, Haley. To get your kids involved in dance or any youth fitness activities, you can stop by the YMCA on Sepulveda Boulevard and sign up for free. The Western Museum of Flight is known for their excellent exhibits and information on aviation history. Now at their Make and Take event, they're offering a hands-on approach to learning. Reporter Faith Lee has the story.
Jared Kaler's dreams to be a pilot when he grows up. Today, he's one step closer to his goal.
I'm at Torrance Airport and I'm building a P-51 model.
By building the model plane at the Make and Take session, Kaler learned how to put things together from scratch.
We think aviation is probably the most innovative and most creative way for kids to explore. Kids that like to see something from the beginning to end and actually see their hands producing something, to see a finished product would be a very rewarding experience for them.
Make and Take is an event where kids get to work with their hands and tools to build model planes like the P-51 and the SR-71.
And this is a way to broaden their skills and to have them involve themselves with something that they would really enjoy. There's nothing more satisfying than building something to completion.
Parents think the event is a great way for kids to learn and have fun.
And it was just a great event to get him out of the house, get him actually building models, learn a little bit about military history and aircraft history.
Building model planes might just be a hobby to some, but it could lead to something bigger for the kids.
These kids are going to be the ones constructing the space stations. These kids are going to be the ones going to Mars. These kids are going to be the ones going to the moon to make a lunar station. So it just opens you up to the whole world or a whole universe of possibilities.
The Make and Take not only hopes to teach kids to build model planes like this one, but also to aim high and reach for the stars.
I think coming here and seeing some of these old planes and building some of the models will definitely give some of these young boys and girls a dream of becoming a pilot. Like I said, I've been bringing my kids down here for a number of years, and they love watching the airplanes take off. They love talking to some of the pilots, and it actually, you can see the spark of excitement in their eyes when they come someplace like this.
Retired Air Force officer Bill Flanagan also had a dream to be a pilot since he was 10. He eventually got to fly the SR-71, one of the fastest planes in history.
You think you're just an average guy, but you never know how high you can go, no pun intended, unless you try.
For This Week in Torrance, I'm Faith Lee.
Thank you, Faith. The Western Museum of Flight showcases a variety of historical airplanes and is open to the public Tuesday to Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. For more information, go to WMOF.com or call 310-326-9544. Toyota Financial Services is helping students in a big way by expanding its student scholarship program to $1 million. At their annual Community Day celebration, scholarships are awarded to deserving students from local nonprofit partnerships through their Making Life Easier program. Since 2007, the program has provided nearly $2.5 million in scholarships to more than 500 economically disadvantaged students. For more information, visit tfsinthecommunity.com. Coming up after the break, author Stephen Roderick goes on a journey to find answers about a loved one lost during military service.
Going to school pregnant, riding the bus, that was hard. You just have all the stares and you have all the questions, and even little kids make you nervous just staring at you. When you get pregnant, all the stuff just goes through your mind. Abortion, adoption, keeping him. You're his mom. You're supposed to be the one taking care of him and raising him. But when you're 15 and pregnant, you can't do it without support. I wanted to give him a better life. When I found out I was pregnant, I don't know, just a light hit me in my heart, just saying adoption is what you need to do. I really have a simple dream. I just want to get my nursing career, get married, and have a family. When I get pregnant again, give them a better life. I'm Miranda, and I chose adoption.
You may have noticed a new style of traffic signals being installed in the city of Torrance. They're called flashing yellow arrows, and they're designed to better control left turns and improve safety at intersections. The new signal, a flashing yellow arrow, means that a left turn is allowed, but you must yield to pedestrians and oncoming traffic. Oncoming traffic does have a green light and the right of way. When approaching an intersection, a steady green arrow means drivers making a left turn have the right of way. The oncoming traffic does have a red light and must stop. The steady yellow arrow means drivers should turn left with caution because the signal is about to turn red. Drivers should watch for oncoming traffic and, if possible, stop safely before the intersection. If drivers are in the intersection on a steady yellow, they should proceed safely and complete the turn before the light turns red. And of course, the steady red arrow still means come to a complete stop. Now, the flashing yellow arrow, the newly introduced signal, indicates that a left turn is allowed, but drivers must yield to pedestrians as well as oncoming traffic, as they do have a green light and the right of way. Just remember, a flashing yellow arrow means yield to pedestrians and oncoming traffic. For more information, contact the City of Torrance Public Works Department at 310-781-6900 or go to www.torranceca.gov/yellow-light.
Elementary and middle school students have something to look forward to after school come this September. The After School Club program has resident walk-in registration open now, with non-residents starting August 26th. This recreation program is designed to promote self-esteem through group interaction and self-expression. Games, sports, and guest speakers are just some of the wide variety of activities offered. The club follows the Torrance Unified School calendar beginning September 6th through June 19th next year. To see what schools are participating in the program and for more information, visit torranceca.gov/afterschool. Well, if you're thinking of volunteering with the city or running for office, the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce has you covered. Beginning September 9th, their Grassroots Academy will feature speakers whose expertise will advise attendees on the history of Torrance, volunteering on commissions, and everything you need to know about campaigning as a candidate. The cost is $50 for the 4-week series, and each attendee will receive a certificate of completion by the Chamber. For more information, call 310-792-2339. Are you a video artist? If so, now here's your chance to send in your work to the Torrance Art Museum and compete for a chance to join the exchange program with the museum in Berlin next year. The museum is looking for strong video artwork for a one-night marathon screening on Saturday, September 14th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The winning video of the night will be featured in the museum's future exhibitions. For more information and submission restrictions, call 310-618-6342. The El Camino College Art Gallery is presenting a new exhibit called Personal Tales starting August 26th through September 19th. 18 Southern California artists are showcasing their autobiographic work in a variety of media ranging from drawing, painting, sculpture to mixed media installation and performance. The admission to the gallery is free and will open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Mondays and noon to 9 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. For more information, go to elcamino.edu. Thousands of men and women join the U.S. military each year in support of the nation, but as a result, some family members are left behind due to the harsh realities of war. Author Stephen Roderick touches on this topic in his book, The Magical Stranger, and shares how he coped with the loss of a loved one during his visit to the Katie Geisert Library. Reporter Jennifer Hua has more on this story.
Peter Roderick was a father, a husband, a Navy pilot, and a squadron commander. But on November 28, 1979, he died from a plane crash in the Indian Ocean, leaving behind his wife, 2 daughters, and son. Stephen Roderick was 13 years old at the time of his father's death. Now in his late 40s, he writes about the lifelong struggles he's faced after the tragic accident in his book, The Magical Stranger.
It was always kind of a mystery of what he was as a man rather than just as this person who was a picture on a wall or a model of a plane.
To reach a better understanding of what the book is about, the Friends of the Torrance Library invited Roderick to share his story with others at the Katie Geisert Library. During the forum, he revealed why learning more about his father's life was so important.
As I reached sort of the age he was when he passed away, I think the natural passage of time became something I really wanted to look into on my own.
The path to discovering who his dad really was required Roderick to search through endless documents and old diary entries belonging to his father. But this journey also compelled him to experience similar situations that his father also dealt with.
I would fly out to Bahrain or something and meet the guys in the current squadron and go out on the carrier with them for a week or two at a time. So it was a mixture of day-to-day drudgery punctuated with some worldwide travel.
Although the book is a memoir of his father, Roderick hopes it can also act as an outlet for families experiencing difficulties that result from the absence of a loved one in the military.
That really has been something that's been very important to me, that that people who have gone through similar experiences can say, you got it right, and this helped me understand my situation a little bit better.
By piecing together his father's legacy in The Magical Stranger, Roderick has finally found the closure he's been searching for during most of his life. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Jennifer Hua.
Thank you, Jennifer. The Magical Stranger was published earlier this year in May. For more information, visit themagicalstranger.com. Well, that's going to do it for us on This Week in Torrance. If you missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. And be sure to check us out on Facebook, where you can see some of the behind-the-scenes action at facebook.com/thisweekintorrancetv. When you're there, be sure to like us, as well as we'll be selecting one random person to take home this cool portable speaker. Don't let the size fool you. This little thing sounds great, so log in now, hit that like button, and we'll announce the winner on next week's show. I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.